We've not talked about your occupation, and you were a fisherman.
Aye.
Out to sea a lot of the time.
Yeah.
That couldn't have helped when it come to training or whatever you...
Oh, well, I didn't have the birds then.
Oh, you didn't have them so much?
Just had them the first year at the head of birds. I was in an inshore boat, which was on every night. But prior to that, I didn't have them.
You never considered taking pigeons out to train or out to sea?
No, I've heard of people doing that. Like,
How would they do that then, Jim?
I mean, how would they do it?
Well, would they have to go overnight with them or something, or would they...
No, what they'd do is, they would, generally speaking, the ones I'm speaking about, they would leave at 12 o'clock at night, which was dark. And then at daylight next day, they'd let them off.
Would they?
Maybe, well, it'd be about 70 mile then. 80
Really?
mile, aye.
Offshore?
Aye.
So they were directly, had no choice, they had to go...
Exactly. It's the same way. You look at the birds coming for the Faroes. There's good races for the Faroes because there's no alternative. Once they reach the sea, they either keep going or go. Yeah. I think. But at Shetland was different because Shetland they could hedgehog, they could get into Orkney and then the mainland. Yeah. But boys, Faroe is like doing.
So the pigeons coming from the south on the north road, coming out of Lerwick, do they come inland, or do you think they go?
No, come over here.
They do?
You can get down to the north side of Peterhead and there's just a sunny beach takes you right to Ratra, which would, the line would be lying about northwest. They come right by that line and then carry on right down across.
And we can hear in the background, of course, we know that you're near the oil rigs because you've got these helicopters flying all the time.
Trying to do me out that.
Look, while we're outside of your loft, let's talk about it if we may. How big is it to start with?
And I got a clue. Must be about 30 feet, I think. Just.
You built it yourself, obviously?
Aye.
Yeah?
You mean obviously?
Well, no, not... Well, it could be a good point, yeah. But you've obviously built your own loft, and as a result of that, you designed it your own way, is what you're saying. What was in your thoughts when you were building it then?
Well, trying to get good ventilation was a thing that I thought, and that seems to work. Good things.
You do? So the louvers at the bottom...
The louvers is in here, but inside is a board like that, and it comes right up in the end, yeah.
That makes a difference?
Yeah.
You would think it will?
Aye.
And then ventilation at the back of the loft is...
No.
None at all?
No. Except for the corrugation, like.
You've got the corrugated on the top, and that's it, is it?
Can I build that loft there? See the vent bin at the top?
The top, yeah.
Well, I thought, well, the air will go in there and out the top.
No.
It doesn't.
No?
No. It sucks it in here and puts out the door.
Does it? So it's not doing what you think it would?
Well, it's doing a job, obviously, but it's doing the opposite way of what I thought it would do it.
You've got your own aviary there on the front of the loft.
That comes off, it's just a temporary thing.
Is that for just the young birds? Or?
It's for the young birds to go out and into traps, because if you didn't, they'll tick off and you never get them back down again.
Oh, right. So how long would they need to be in that trap for?
Well, just until they're still getting out, that'll come down, you see, and I'll let them out.
Oh, right.
And then once I've got them all up flying, I'll just take it away.
Right, right.
Well, this is for roundabout. There's nest boxes in here and perches in here. So the rear youngs are in there and then they're separated. And there's a hatch goes through, so I can chase this one's out, chase that one's down.
And that's how you do it each day?
Aye.
Is it?
Aye. But sometimes I'll leave the cocks in here all night, sometimes I'll leave the hens in here. I don't think it makes any difference.
How long have you been doing this then? Is this
3, 4 years?
It's long.
Maybe 5 years.
So it's quite a new venture for you in a sense?
It's a new venture for me, but it's working for the word go.
But this is for shorter races, is it?
Up to 300-400 mile.
So you were getting sort of bored with having to wait for the season to come?
They were getting, I think it was too slow.
Really?
Until if you got a hard win out of 400 mile, they would win.
Right.
But then if it just got normal racing, they were 8-10 minutes behind in the club again.
Right.
So you had to get someone else.
You're bringing in new stock according to that occasionally, at least.
I am here, but I've kept them completely separate.
So you're purely, these are for the shorter races?
They're for club racing, federation racing.
And where would this stock have come from then?
They were just, well, they came from Ray Matthews in Dublin, and his birds were basically just the best birds you could get every year, buying them here and there, but they were Johnson based on. But they worked for the world. The very first race they started winning.
So they're fast pigeons. Yeah. You've brought me inside now, Jim, into the loft itself. Which section are you stood in here?
This is, well, just the old bird section, this too.
And the birds you've got in there, first of all, the style and the type of nest box you use. You've got what the Petron lot of boxes up front.
They can do it.
Are they successful? They work well?
Yeah, seem to be alright. Well, the thing is, just sometimes a job in your basket and to see there's a bird still in the box.
All right. But that's quite a good system, you think, those fronts. And they like the privacy to go in behind. Do they? Right, so how big is the section, Jim?
It's about 6 feet by 10 or 12.
Right. And how many pairs have you got in there?
About maybe 10 the most.
Is it? How important is space in it?
They need space.
They do?
Aye.
If you crowd them, what happens?
They'll clear out.
Would they? You think they would?
Some of them do.
Right. So the important then is space, and that means air as well, doesn't it?
Well, it means they're down in eggs. They can, are feeding youngsters. They'll go to the other box and weigh again. They've plenty of time, yeah.
Right. But have you still got youngsters coming on, or are they all bred for this year?
There's 1 or 2 still in the nest.
Oh, right.
But I'll hit to rear some when I put them to national. And if they put them in a small youngster, so
oh, right.
I never kill them, I just rear them.
So you leave them and use them to help the races, it?
Aye.
Yeah. That goes along quite, makes sense, doesn't it? Helps them along. The same principle when it comes to feeding. You've got food on the floor and a drinker on the floor.
Yeah.
I'll just take a...
But the reason the drinker's on the floor is because... Yeah, baby. Come on, I see you. This hen was 5th open in a gold ring race, fair ends.
Was it?
And then a week later she disappeared. And I thought the hawk had gotten her on her, but she came back trail on the wing. But I think the reason she got back because she'd lost so much weight, she managed to flee a bit.
Right.
So I've got to put the water down there now, see.
So you would use her for stock from
Which was a... she produced good youngins.
She has produced good, has she?
Yeah, she's more or less just based in all my old stuff. Like.
And that's one of your original family, or not?
Aye.
It is? So she'll always have a home here, come what may.
Oh,
she's proved her work. How long ago was she injured?
About 2009.
So a few years now.
She's 5.
All right, yeah. So she did a few years for you, and they're going to produce the goods for you.
Well, hopefully.
Your original family, is it? And they're all capable of doing 600-700?
This was the best family for that, this type.
Is it?
Come on in. Every year of putting the ones bred for them over there on darkness.
Right.
This year I'm putting the whole lot in darkness.
The whole lot?
Distance ones as well. Because everyone I've spoken to flies a distance and does darkness, so it didn't make any difference.
So you don't think they suffer it later in life?
I didn't think it. I hope that.
No, but you're quite right, people do use that as one of the reasons.
Aye. But I understand this darkness means once they get right into darkness and get through their molt, they'll maybe be up their second flight and then they'll stop. And the wing will stop.
Right.
Now next year when they start the molt again, they'll molt the first flight and forever they stopped that last year. Sometimes.
Yeah. So you've now been convinced that this system could help you with regards to success anyway.
It's more for handiness than anything else. Because last year, I mean, a lot more separate than this and tossing and, yeah.
Yeah.
Try and get hill together in your.
So,
But the wing series, I have no much faith in them at all.
right.
And then one young bird national has a heap of youngsters left, too much. And I says, right, I'm going to fit a big team into young bird nationals, so I put in 10.
Right.
But I picked it, 6 of them, and then I had 4 to pick. And I says, right, that in looks right, and I looked at it, and it was up to second to last flight. And I put 4 like that. And 3 of my first birds was there. So the flight did no
Make no difference, no.
Not
And yet you're told if you get too much, it gets very sore or something, you shouldn't be flying them. You proved otherwise.
That's just my theory, right? But I mean, and I've seen where old birds then throwing 2 flights. To me, if they throw 2 flights and you put them to national,
Right.
put all your money on them. Because that's the birds will be your first.
Really?
I think.
Yeah.